Hey, alright everybody, how's it going? Now, I got the SMMT data here in front of me. Now, it usually comes out on the 5th of the month, but for some reason today, I don't know why, I don't know if it's the election, it's come out on the 4th. It's come out early. I don't know why. But I've got the data here in front of me. Now, before I get any further in the video, I know that there's going to be some of you little anti-EV people hiding in the corners, ready to pounce, and you're going to go, is fleet sales? You say it every blinking month. Oh, come on now, stop it. Stop it. It doesn't matter if it's fleet sales, okay? It doesn't matter. All fleet sales go into the second-hand used market. So even if you scream to the top of your lungs as fleet sales, it doesn't make any difference to me. It doesn't make any difference to the sales. So I don't mind. You can shout, it's fleet sales again if you want to, okay? And no, they're not hiding electric cars in the cupboard, right? They haven't got a blanket all over electric cars. I keep seeing them out in the roads. There's loads of 2024 plates, even in South Wales. So stop it. Stop it. You anti-EVers, you naughty bunch. Right. So let's get into the data. Right. What have we got by here then? Let's start off with diesel. Now, why am I mentioning diesel? Because the reason why I mention diesel every month is because the narrative of the media is that electric car sales are over, right? Even though sales are up. But there's never any mention of diesel sales are over. Now, I know you people who like diesels are going to say it's hard to buy a diesel car. I know. But that's because less people were buying diesel cars. So they start selling less diesel cars. It makes sense, doesn't it? After Dieselgate, it dwindled off and manufacturers just started chucking diesel cars in the stingies. So if you like diesel cars, I'll admit it's hard to get hold of them. But nevertheless, with all our waffling out the way, let's get into the numbers. Right, so diesel cars 2024 the sales were 10,696. Okay, which this chair would stop squeaking. Last year in June it was 12,911. So diesel sales in June 2024 are down another 17.2%. Right, so the market share for 2024 in June is 6%. Last year was 7.3%. Petrol cars. Now, I have mentioned in my last video that I think that petrol sales, just pure petrol, is going to start disappearing. And in that mix is mild hybrid. You've got to remember that mild hybrid petrol cars and petrol cars are lumped together, the same as diesel and mild hybrid diesel cars are lumped together. So with that being said, petrol car sales are also down minus 7.8%. Okay, so the market share for 2024 in June is 50.9%. Market share 2023, 55.8%. So it's gone down. It's gone down. That was worse than last month. So I can see petrol sales are starting to decline. And that's either pure petrol or mild hybrid petrol, which is basically mild hybrid is meh, right? Is meh, right? So, and now even though petrol sales are still the highest, they are going down. They're going down. I did say this is going to happen. BEV. So let's get to battery electric vehicles. Pure battery electric vehicles, the best of the battery electric vehicles, in my opinion. Sales for 2024, 34,034, which is up 7.4%. Up, not down, not in the middle, not plateaued, up, uppity, up, okay? I'm just trying to make that clear for the people who don't understand that battery electric vehicle sales are up, right? So market share for 2024 in June is 19%. Last year it was 17.9%. Now, PHEVS sales, they're up 30% from June 2023 to June 2024. 30%, which is a big number. Now, don't get confused, you anti-EV people. I know people who like electric vehicles don't get confused with this number. But they still sold less, even though the share is up more than BEVS from last year. It's only 16,604, okay? So it's not selling more than battery electric vehicles, it's more from last year, if you know what I mean. And it's the same for HEVS. HEVS are up 27.2%, and they sold 26,700, which is still less than the amount of BEVs that was sold. So PHEVS and HEVS are starting to sort of gain traction. You could also argue that PHEVS could be a sort of gateway into BEVs, I suppose, in a way. If some people use the electric part of it, they might go, well, it's not that bad, is it? I think I could step over the old stepping stones to a BEV. You can argue that point in the comment section, right? So, what do we take from this? Pure petrol sales is down. Diesel sales is like obliterated. Diesel sales are they're almost over. They're almost over, diesel sales. It won't be long before there'll be no diesel cars for sale. Now, I'm talking about cars. Somebody's going to pop in the comment section. What about vans? I'm talking about blinking cars, right? So I lost my train of thought then. So what do we take from this? Diesel sales are just obliterated. Petrol sales are going down. Like I sort of said in the last video, I think they're going to keep going down and down and down. And there might be a couple of reasons for that. There's less pure petrol models for sale, or there's more HEV models and PHEV models, and there might be certain tax benefits for PHEV and HEV models compared to pure petrol models. So just in case somebody wants to say, this is the reason, that's the reason, fleet sales. So BEV, PHEV and HEV is up. BEV keeps increasing. So let's look at year-to-date. Year-to-date sales so far, year-to-date 2024 compared to year-to-date 2023. Diesel sales are down 12.1%. Petrol sales are still up 2.7% because they had a big... It was quite big in the beginning of the year, but it's gone down now because actual market share is less for 2024 now than it is for 2023. BEV sales are up year to date, and the change is up 9.2%. The market share for BEVs is 16.6%, which isn't that far away from the old ZEV mandate. They needed to sell a bit more. It's not that far away. PHEVS, the market share for PHEVS is 8.1%, and the market share for, did I say PHEVS then? Yeah, PHEVS is 8.1%, and HEVS is 13.7%. So, what do I take from that? Well, back in March when people were going, electric car sales is all over, we're talking a load of ghoulies, it was a load of nonsense, it was a load of rubbish. It's not all over. It's still going up. It's not going up. It's not climbing as much as it was from last year and the year before, but it's still climbing upwards. Okay. Now that might get even under the new government, if the government changes, and it looks like it's going to be Labour. Well, that's what all the polls say. They said they're going to bring the what's it called? The mandate into 2030 back again from 2035, which I don't think will make that much difference, because even under the Tories, their ZEV mandate was 80% electric cars by 2030 anyway, so it won't make that much difference. Shall I look at by brand? Just have a look at, go down to Tesla, just have a little waffle a bit down to Tesla. Now Tesla haven't done that bad in the recent quarter. Remember, people were saying it's all over for Tesla as well. That was a lot of ghoulies. They said there was a Tesla graveyard, but they've sold more cars this quarter than they've made. So there's no graveyard. There's no graveyard. They've sold them all. So in your face, anti-EVers. I'm getting a bit aggressive in this video because I'm getting fed up with it. I'm getting fed up of anti-EVers. Just accept it. Come on. Right. So they sold, in the UK, Tesla sold 6,757 Tesla cars in June, and that is down 10.3%, which isn't that bad. They're still selling. Polestar is not doing very well with 660 cars. They're down 41%. Now, MG cars are still selling well, but they still sell hybrids and petrols. But they're up to 8,314 cars per month now. That's up 9% from last June. So they're a big player now. MG has become a big player in the UK. Now, that might change because of the EU tariffs and whatnot. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Let's have a look at pure electric cars again. Let's have a look down at GWM Ora. Now, they only sold 284 cars, but they're up 647% because obviously last year they weren't selling any cars at all. Fisker, one car, because they finished today, Fisker, they're done for. BYD has sold 697 cars in June, so that's actually expanding. That is getting bigger. They are starting to get bigger in the UK, and that change is a silly percentage because I don't think they sold any cars last year, and that's up 4,546%, which is crackers. Right, so there we go. So that's my waffle. Is there any other cars I want to look at on here? I can't think of any others, but there we go. So EV sales are still up again. Make of that what you will. If you're anti-EV, shout at me in the comment section. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ahoy!